we'll be making polvorones. It is an old-fashioned Spanish sugar cookie derived from an Arab nation. And is made before with lard, but with butter it comes out much smoother. And it's served at merienda, snack time in Spain. Also, it's served during the holidays. And you can use any type of flavoring liqueur. Today we're going to use amaretto. You can use anisette, brandy, again, any other type of liqueur. What we need to do is butter, two sticks of butter. We're going to cream them. And your sticks of butter, and this is key, need to be at room temperature. Room temperature is not 2 hours. Room temperature is from 8 to 6 hours. Nice and soft, see? So we're going to cream this in our KitchenAid. We're going to sift 2 cups of flour with a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and we're going to mix an egg yolk with a tablespoon of powdered sugar and a tablespoon of our amaretto. Amaretto actually is a lovely liqueur and is made with almonds, and it'll give a nice flavor. So we'll prepare the butter. We're going to cream the butter, and then after the butter has been creamed, we will add a mixture of the egg yolk that has been scrambled with a tablespoon of powdered sugar and a tablespoon of amaretto. So our butter has been room temperature. Again, 6 to 8 hours is room temperature. At times I've taken it out in the morning or taken it out at night and let it sit out wrapped in its saran wrap here. And we're going to cream the butter. The butter will be creamed. It changes color, goes a little bit lighter, it looks fluffier. Approximately, I would say, 5 minutes. And you're going to do it in your beater. Pour out on a medium to high speed. Number 4, if you have a KitchenAid, or 2 to 4. But I don't want to leave it on 4. We have, again, the egg, confectioner's sugar, which is a tablespoon, and a tablespoon of your liqueur. We will mix it while your butter is creaming. And as you can see, nice and mixed. Better shot. We'll sift our 2 cups of flour. Unbleached flour is the best, with a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. It should be sifted. You'll be doing this while your butter is creaming. Exactly. Your sifted flour comes out lighter and fluffier. It's better for your cookies. As we can see here, the butter has been changed. The color has changed from yellow to light, and that looks nice and fluffy. So again, your butter changes color to a lighter color than what it is, and it's nice and fluffy. What you do is use unsalted butter with a pinch of table salt. Why do I do this? It sweetens up the butter a little bit. You need to do, again, a pinch of table salt. So your 2 sticks of butter at room temperature. Pinch of table salt, your 1 egg yolk mixed with a tablespoon of powdered sugar and your tablespoon of liqueur, and we're going to mix it in. Here, and now it'll look curdled. Once the egg has been incorporated, scrape the sides of your bowl. Now on a much lower speed, because you do not want the flour to be flying out, so on a lower speed, we will incorporate the flour that's been sifted with a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. If you use regular butter, as unsalted butter, you do not need to add a pinch of salt. I use unsalted butter, and I add my own salt, which is just a pinch. That's all you need. This will incorporate as a dough sticky mixture. It will be slightly sticky. And it'll be dough-like. It'll be a slightly sticky dough-like cookie dough. Once you've mixed your flour, as we see here, it's been mixed. We're going to scrape this and start forming our cookies. Make sure you clean everything off. And we're going to clean everything off your blade. Scrape your dough together. This will probably make 2 dozen. Not certain. All depends on your size of cookie. While you're doing all of this, your oven should be heating at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Oven at 300 degrees. No more, no less. And you will cook them on a pan, an ungreased pan. And as we see here, we have a nice cookie dough. You may want to flour your hand slightly, but you don't have to. Here's a pan. You're going to pinch some dough off. It'll be 2 inches wide to ½ inch thick, or as I say, a square-like dough. So, we're going to take a pinch. It'll be 2 inches wide, which is 2 fingers. This is a little bit too big. Which is approximately 2 fingers. See my 2 fingers? And a ½ inch wide. So here's a ½ inch high and 2 fingers wide. Your oven is at 300. And we'll make a row of them here. And they'll be rectangular or square shaped. So ½ inch, 2 fingers wide. Continue to do this until the tray is filled. You will cook your cookies at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. They should not be golden brown. You do not want them in any color then cooked. 20 to 30 minutes. If you start seeing them going golden brown in the edges near the pan, your cookies are done and you will take them out. As you're forming the cookies, if you see it cracking, just give it a good squeeze. Squeeze between your fingers and then form them. If you see it's cracking because you think it's dry, it's not dry, it just needs to be squished. So here we go. As we see, we have a row here of cookies going. Your dough tends to be sticky, a little bit flaky, but again squish, and form. 2 fingers wide, 1 finger high. Again, squish, 2 fingers wide, 1 finger high. And they're usually square or rectangular shape. You can make them round shape as well. And now that we have our cookies formed here, we will, as we see, they're at least an inch apart. An inch is usually 2 fingers. Roundabouts. And we're going to cook them again 20 to 30 minutes. They will not, the tops of the cookies should not be brown. Just, you might see the edges on the bottom near the pan start browning. If you see that, they are done. You take them out, and then we'll do the next step. Other the cookies cooking, you will do your next pan, form them. Some of them will be smaller than the others, but again, it's a pinch. Probably a tablespoon or so, but it's 2 inches wide, 1 inch, 2 fingers wide, 1 inch high. While that's preparing, make sure you have some powdered sugar, because after your cookies come out of the oven and you let them cool for approximately 2 to 3 minutes, or 5 minutes, but 2 to 3 minutes, you're going to roll them in confectioner's sugar. Your cookies will cook for 20 minutes. We're not going to make them golden brown. Make sure the edges of the cookie next to the pan, if you start seeing them brown, they're done. So that'll be approximately 20 minutes at 300 degrees. While your cookies are baking, you will form another dozen. This batch is approximately 2 dozen cookies. You will prepare a bowl of confectioner's sugar. The cookies will come out. We're going to let them cool for 2 minutes. After they cool, we roll them in the confectioner's sugar, and then we put them in cupcake liners to serve. As your cookies are cooking, prepare 2 cups of confectioner's sugar, because after they have cooled for approximately 2 minutes, we will roll them in here and put them in a cupcake liner. And you can enjoy them as a snack, a merienda, with some anisette, or a nice cup of coffee. Okay, we've just taken out the first batch of cookies. As you can see, they're not golden brown, but on the bottom, they have a slight golden brown to them. We have let them cool for 2 minutes, and now we will dip them in the confectioner's sugar, and you're just going to pat them around so they look as such, and put them in a cupcake holder. So, our cookies are done. They're not golden brown, they're only browned on the bottom a little bit. You pat them around the confectioner's sugar, and you put them in your cupcake holder. And you'll continue to do this for these cookies, and when the next batch comes out, your cookie is put in confectioner's sugar and a cupcake holder. These have cooled for approximately 2 or so minutes. 2 to 5 minutes. And see? So, here is our polvorones sugar cookies. Sugar cookies, polvorones, that have been cooked, dipped in confectioner's sugar, powdered sugar, and served with your favorite after dinner drink or a coffee for a snack or merienda, an afternoon snack. Enjoy. They're delicious. You'll love them. Your friends will love them, and they'll want the recipe as well.